With the MLB draft already underway, a young prospect shares his expectations with a former coach.
Carlos, you lived that in your baseball career. What's his world like?
Oh, it's extremely exciting. You know that if you perform, you will get the call.
We've got a developing story here. JP, what are you hearing?
I'm checking the numbers, I'm talking to my sources and my scouts, and they're all telling me, hey, this could actually work.
Most of us mere mortals, when we were that age, we were barely chewing gum and walking at the same time, let alone playing the hardest game there is.
Let's see if he's pumping up mentally here to adapt. That's what good players do.
That dream of getting the big leagues is now becoming reality with that one phone call.
Continuing our MLB Draft Day 2 wrap-up coverage, back to the prospect that we mentioned before the break. There was some surprise, even some criticism of the front office over how early he went off the board. Jonathan Mayo, what do you think of this pick?
Man, I don't think any of us saw this one coming. This definitely feels like a reach to me. I had him more as a day 3 kind of guy. There was a split camp. A lot of scouts disagreed whether he's better as a pitcher or better as a hitter. I'm guessing the team felt that he's got potential on both sides of the ball, and maybe that adds some value to him. But this made me scratch my head a little bit for sure.
All right, Jonathan Mayo, thanks. What about you, Jim Callis? Was this a head-scratcher or the reach of the draft, as some of the other analysts have suggested?
Yeah, I talked to somebody with the team, and they're excited to get this guy. This is a guy they really want. And the 2 points the club made to me were, one, this whole debate, is he a hitter, is he a pitcher? What are you going to do with him? There was a lot of confusion. Team isn't confused. This team feels like he's got very good potential as a hitter and as a pitcher. They may even try to play him both ways. And they felt like there were a couple other teams that were starting to sniff around this guy. And, this isn't the NFL or NBA draft where you can trade down to get a guy you want. If you want a guy, you have to take him because there's no trades. And they felt like if they didn't take him where they did, somebody else was going to get them. And they just absolutely did not want that to happen.
Jim Callis, we appreciate the time. Thanks.
A minor league manager checks in with one of his players to discuss a launch plan for the young man's development.
Rolling along with the podcast and back on the prospect who's divided the scouting community, I am opposed to this belief that he went too high. I really think he could be a steal here. This is a guy who's got so much development left to do. He's got so much potential. And I think all the scouts who are down on him think, oh, he's not a finished product. We don't know what he is. That, to me, could be a good thing. He can hit. He can field. He can pitch. There is so much untapped potential so far for this guy. I'm excited to see what he becomes. And certainly as he gets started actually playing, actually being in games, we're going to be able to talk to some other folks who get a better read on him and see what they think. I'm excited for that. And frankly, I'm going to have my eye on him for a while.
Welcome to MLB The Show and this presentation of minor league baseball. Opening night here in this brand new season between the Pensacola Blue Wahoos and the Mississippi Braves. It's baseball, it's The Show, and it comes your way next. Kyle Muller gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. Dan, any thoughts?
Well, this guy's kind of unique. How about a 5-pitch repertoire that he has? That gives him a lot of options for both righties and lefties. And if he's on, he could be really tough to hit.
Now at the plate is Reggie Home Run. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Here's the pitch. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. And this is lined into left field for their first hit of the ball game. And that right there was his first double-A base hit. I would imagine he's got to feel pretty good about that.
I'm sure he does, Matt. A lot of guys never get to double-A baseball, and even though this isn't the end goal for him, it's always nice to get on the stat sheet as you move up through the minors.
Next up, Wendell Rijo.
The second baseman, Wendell Rijo.
The 3-1. There goes the runner on the ground to the right side. And that's through for a hit. And they won't even attempt to run on that arm in right. So despite the runner moving on the pitch, it'll wind up first in here.
That's the battle, Matty. Working yourself into a 3-run count, having count leverage and getting ahead to a fastball. You don't get too many opportunities throughout the course of a game to have full count leverage, and he took advantage.
Home run on second. Rijo at first with no outs. Now both runners on the move. There's one. On to first, a double play.
Not what you expect from your 3-hole hitter when the first 2 guys get on base. That's pretty deflating. But now we'll see if the cleanup guy can still pick up the runner at third.
Stepping up is Kevin Green, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Ready with the 1-2. Grounded to the right. Scooped up. Throw to first beats him easily, and the side is retired. And inning in the books tonight, still scoreless here on the show. So here is Chris Chinea. He singled in his first AB. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Soft liner to the right side, and that's in for his second hit of the afternoon. The throw to third, and he's safe. So problems out. Stepping in next, Reggie Home Run. He collected a base hit his first time up. Here it comes. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. And he fouls this one off. 1-1 pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike 2.
Yeah, got so much respect for this guy's fastball. You could tell he was out in front on that slider. I think he goes to the well one more time with that pitch.
And a shot back to the mound, but he manages to glove it. Bottom of the inning now, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Reggie Home Run. Now here's the pitch. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Oh, and he had him guessing there, and it's a ball and a strike. Yanked the slider across that time, laid off for a ball.
Hey, they tried to tie him up on that last pitch, so I like that they went away with this one. The execution didn't work, but I like the idea behind it.
Now the 2-1.
Down by a run, your guy needs to get on any way he can. His mentality has to be to shrink this strike zone to like the size of a soup can. No reason to swing at a pitcher's pitch.
And that one misses, so the leadoff man will head down to first on ball 4 to start the bottom of the 6th.
Well, there's only a one-run cushion to play with, so he's got to be upset after he walked the leadoff man here. Go-ahead run comes to the plate, and there are no outs. This could be a very interesting inning.
Next to hit is Wendell Rijo, leadoff man on base, and we'll see what they have in mind strategy-wise here. Here comes the 1-2. Is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
Well, I have to give credit to him on the mound for not letting that previous pitch get to him. He wanted it, but he didn't get the call. But I love how he didn't let it affect him, and he comes right back with another good pitch and gets the punch out.
Here's Ender Inciarte. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame.
Ender Inciarte.
Here comes the 1-2. Hit out towards second. And that gets through for a 1-out base hit. He'll hold at second, and there are 2 aboard now.
Boy, that's one of the, I guess, the advantages of hitting with that hole between first and second base, D-Roll. First baseman has to hold that runner on. That leaves that right side wide open.
Yeah, and credit the batter right there. Nice piece of hitting right there. Not trying to do too much. He took a look at the defense and saw where it was aligned and tried to beat him.
The 0-1. Now the double steal is on here. And that's through into left, a base hit. And not in time as the run scores.
Sometimes you got to tip your cap. The pitcher spotted his pitch down the zone right there below the knee. Offensive player was all over it.
At the plate now is Reggie Home Run, and they're runners at the corners now. First delivery to him. In tight with the curveball, backed up on him a little there, and it's ball 1.
Hey, this pitcher's going to have to step off the mound right here and refocus. Take a deep breath, something. Can't keep falling behind and creating traffic. It puts everybody on edge, not only himself, his defense, and especially his manager.
And there's one down now. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Reggie Home Run. Grounded out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at-bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Now a throw over to first, and he's back in standing. Now the 1-0 is taken for ball 2.
Boy, not exactly what you'd like as a pitcher. One of the keys is to minimize your pitches, attack the strike zone early, a lot of deep counts, and working himself into a lot of trouble.
The 2-0 on the way. Swing and a little blooper to center. Brigman ranging into the outfield. He can't get there as it falls in. Next, it'll be Wendell Rijo. He's got 1 hit in 4 at-bats. Heredia At second, home run. On at first with nobody out. Bit of a severe as he's going to try to lay one down. Throw to first, not in time, so now everybody's safe. Ender and Ciarte will be the next to bat. A base knock to the outfield could score the tying run from second. The 2-2. And now the runner's trying for third. Lifted the other way down the left field line. Conine brings it in, and now they might have the runner caught off second. And that's going to bring in the run from third, and just like that, it's back to a one-run ball game.
Yeah, that's what you want to do when you're playing on the road. Take it right to the home squad and get a win. Now the pressure is off. If they get one of the next two, the series is theirs.
This evening's game comes to an end. 5-4, the final tally. The Pensacola Blue Wahoos jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Luis Madero earns his first win of the season. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Dan Plesac and Martin, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation of MLB The Show. For more, follow us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
For Mississippi, 4 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors. They left 12.
We hear all the time from people around the game that Double-A is where you start to see the breaking balls that are really set apart from what you've seen before. That can be a big challenge for a young hitter.
Absolutely. And I think, when you think back to, some of the pitchers that I faced, some of the guys that you face in the big leagues for 5, 6, 10 years, you're thinking, man, I saw him somewhere. Yeah, it was Double-A, because when you see most prospects of any organization, they pretty much go to Double-A just to get themselves over that hump and get ready for the league.
You had a breakout season at the Double-A level yourself. What was it about you that enabled you to have that kind of campaign?
I was very confident, and I thought, if the confidence could just stay with me consistently, which is very hard to do at any level of baseball because it's a game of failure, I just try to be consistent every night, whether it was, defensively, offensively, just bring something to the table. Go home with something where you felt good, and I didn't have to think about that game when I went to sleep.
Minor League Baseball is live and on the air on The Show. Tonight, the second of 3 to start the week between the Pensacola Blue Wahoos and the Mississippi Braves. It's baseball on The Show, and it's coming up next. Philip Pfeiffer is on the mound for Game 2. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft. You can go in and...
So now into the box is Reggie Home Run. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. He's set, and the pitch. Fellas, our visiting team as they take the field after a scoreless top half. They were the spoilers here on opening day as they took Game 1 of the season on the road.
Yeah, Matty, not easy to start opening day on the road and grab a W in the opponent's ballpark, but that's what happened, and they come into Game 2 with a chance to set the tone in this series.
1-1 the count. And he misses 2-1. Line drive to left. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
No mistake what he was sitting on. Fastball, middle of the plate, kept his hands back, stayed through the baseball, and delivers a hard hit line drive.
Next up is Wendell Rijo. First shot for him here. 2 hits in 5 trips a night ago. The 2-1. Runners on the move for second. Hit in the air out to straightaway left field. Conine makes the catch, and now they might be able to double him off at first. But he's safe at first as he gets back in time. So 1 gone in the inning here with a runner at first. And that'll bring up Ender Inciarte. Home run. Leads off first with 1 away. Runners off for second. Strike called. Now the throw down. Offline throw, but they still got him. Good job of getting the tag down there.
A lot of times, if a guy is going, it's going to be on the first couple of pitches, but he waited it out that time. Didn't matter, though. A good catch and throw, and they nabbed him at second.
Digging in next, Victor Mesa flew out in his only at-bat so far.
Victor Mesa.
Hey, 1 away. 1 away.
Here's the 1-2. Bit of a surprise here as he's going to try to lay one down. The throw pulls him off the bag.
Well, he took a risk with the decision to throw to second instead of taking the sure out at first. Not sure if someone was yelling for him to go to second, but we know now it was the wrong call.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Reggie Home Run. He singled first time up.
Yeah, guys, still the only hit in this game so far. They've been pretty well shut down. Guys on the mound have really much controlled the whole outcome up until this point.
1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. And a fastball here that's taken for ball 2. 2-0 count. The pitch. Line drive snagged on a short hop. And that's out number 1. Next, it'll be Riley Mahan. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far.
Riley Mahan.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline. He's got it. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. The Wahoos are on top 1-0. Striding in is Reggie Home Run. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Home run.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. Grounded back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. And there's out number 2. Now at the plate, Victor Mesa. He bounced out last time up.
Victor Mesa.
Hey, we got 2.
A shot to first base and caught there to end the inning. Nothing across here this half. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. Pensacolo's out in front here, 2-0. Now it'll be Reggie Home Run. Grounded out in his last at-bat.
Reggie Home Run.
From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Well, he's done a real nice job with that breaking ball in this start. That's not the first time he's locked a guy up with it.
Here comes the 0-1.
So far, this has been a terrific outing for this guy. Throwing well, keeping his pitches to a minimum, locating his fastball to both sides of the plate, good command of the off-speed pitches, very little traffic on the bases. So far, he couldn't have drawn up to be any better than he has been so far in this one.
Now another 0-2. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Pretty painless half of the inning all told. 9th inning coming up. The Blue Wahoos lead it 2-0.
And a nice job here to come in and slam the door. That's his first save of the season, but it certainly won't be his last.
This evening's game finishes 2-0 the final score. Pensacola took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end. Cody Poti gets the win on the mound, his first of the year. Philip Pfeiffer is settled with a loss after giving up only 1 earned. Jake Fishman wraps it up for the save, his first of the year. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click over to theshow.com.
No errors. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
And it would appear we'll have a pinch hitter here to start things out in the bottom of the inning.
Home run.
.92 splits the plate, and it's strike 1.
Hey, this guy hasn't reached the big leagues yet, but he's coming. You're going to know his name at some point. He just got a few more developmental things to work on.
0-1 pitch, and he can't make contact on the bender. 0-2.
There's another pitch for a strike, and this guy's really attacking hitters well tonight, being aggressive early on. And if he continues to throw strikes like he is, he's going to have a pretty good night.
He froze him on the Brooks Wilson will come on in relief as he'll make his second appearance of the season so far. This evening's game comes to an end, 5-4 the final tally. The Braves put up 4 runs in the 9th inning to carry them to the victory. Victor Vodnik claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Our final line score. First for the victorious Braves, 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base.